Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction to the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D, as their guys will do battle with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. On second down, Elliott. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Taken in at the 22. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock it out and away and bring up 2nd down.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Play action, Brees. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep is Tavon Austin. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. Dallas getting the ball again here on offense, and the Cowboys haven't been able to build a ton of momentum if you look at their 2018 season as a whole, Charles. In fact, the first 7 weeks before the bye earlier in the year, it was kind of like flipping a coin. It was loss, win, loss, win, loss, win. So I don't know what you make of this team.
You would actually expect that coin to come up heads 2 times in a row or tails 2 times in a row, wouldn't you? I think they will see the second half belong to Ezekiel Elliott because the move to get Amari Cooper out wide.
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Intended that time for Cooper. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Got it.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. And incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, helped force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
Got it. Whoa. Over.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
Now Breeze. The open man is Smith. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Traquan Smith from 10 yards out. And the Saints have taken the early lead. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. Lutz now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Flushed out right. And it's incomplete. Cole Beasley, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Sheldon Rankins. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 23. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. A football going back over to the New Orleans Saints and a team this year, Charles, that really took off after that Week 1 loss. For me, it all came together Week 9. You think back to that game when they beat the Rams, knocked off their undefeated streak to start the regular season. So now, are the Saints really Super Bowl winning contenders? I mean, do you put them in that category?
Oh, I certainly do, and I think people were wondering how they would respond this season after what happened to end last season, the Minneapolis Miracle, where they ended up giving up the touchdown pass in the last play of the game in the playoffs. And when it started losing at home to Tampa Bay, many wondered if their psyche had really been affected, but they've regrouped since then. The defense is really playing well. And then there's always Drew Brees to Mike Thomas. and that has worked very well for them.
Well, since you mentioned Michael Thomas, and we talked about that win over the Rams, never forget going to get the flip phone, Mr. Michael Thomas, channeling his inner Joe Horn from back in the day. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain there as he kept it himself. It's second down. Bridgewater to throw it this time. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. From the gun, it's Breeze. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. A first down throw for Prescott. This is intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there. 26 yards. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0. Lutz now to kick this one away. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between...
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Cooper was the intended target. Well, Charles, a year ago at this time, I asked you what your Thanksgiving plans were. So I got a funny answer out of you last year. I'm going to ask you again, what are you doing for Thanksgiving this year?
Trying to figure out exactly what time I can kick everyone out of my house so I can just hunker down and watch what's left of the football schedule. That's what I want to know.
Oh, come on. Your mother-in-law is coming in. It's going to be a great time at the Davis household.
Well, she can stay as long as she wants. She's family. But everyone else,
get out.
They have an expiration time.
What about the dogs?
50-50. Depends on how they act that day.
Well, when things go awry, you can just get in the car and head out for the airport because you got a game that weekend.
I certainly do. I will be headed to Charlotte, Seattle at Carolina that Sunday. Looking forward to that one. But even while I'm jesting a little bit about people being at the house, some of you I'm not jesting about. Hurry up and get out.
They'll go option to the short side. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. The play fake to Ingram. Now it's Breeze. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and now it's third down. Offensively, might be thinking, what's going on here? One for their first 7 throwing the football.
So maybe they're thinking about rethinking their strategy a little bit right now with the way that they're throwing it around, not having that success. Might have to lean on the running game for a little while and see if they can get him back in form.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Charles, I want to go in a different direction for a second, talk about Le'Veon Bell, because the November 13th report date has come and gone. He's still not with the Steelers. Now, the good news, though, Le'Veon Bell not there, but James Conner has been good in his stead.
He certainly has, and we have to think now that maybe we won't see Le'Veon Bell in a Pittsburgh Steelers uniform, ever again. And that's for another day. He's not there. You just hit it, though. James Conner. This Pittsburgh team has really elevated its game around James Conner, playing awfully well. He's playing well. And I think there's a certain sense when you watch them that they all want to prove something to Le'Veon Bell, that they can play well without him. And so far, it's working.
And James Conner, he's an easy guy to root for. So 1:55 to go in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. A first down carry by Elliott. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Cooper was the target there. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Hey, with that incompletion, time to have some fun. And I want to know, at the Davis household, who carves the turkey?
Well, certainly not me.
Well, I knew that.
I can tell you that. But let's just switch it. Who cares who carves the turkey? I want to know what you're going to be knocking down on your plate on Thanksgiving Day.
Well, definitely turkey. Now, my mom's corn and green bean casserole, while it may not sound overly appetizing, is out of this world. And her sweet potato casserole, second to none.
So, I should be making my plans to fill a seat at the Garden household?
You're more than welcome.
Because I think my household may kick me out.
What's your favorite? What's on your plate?
I'm telling you, when you throw the yams at me, look out. Because I'm gonna go to town. That's like dessert to me.
Well, how about dessert? I go pecan and apple pie with vanilla ice cream.
Ooh, there's nothing wrong with that. I like the pecan pie, but I do love a chocolate pie. I can't help myself. It's one of my favorites.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The Saints on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. Now this time, Breeze will throw. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. They'll look to run with Ingram, and this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. As they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington.
Hey, left, 21, 21, 21.
To throw is Breeze. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas in the final seconds of the first half. And the Saints add on to their lead. And he knocks it through. Lutz now to kick this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line. And now here come the Cowboys. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Here we go, 46. 26.
Final play of the half. Prescott. He's going to let it go again. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So after the penalty, we'll have one final untimed play here before halftime. They'll throw now on the final play. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. A give. This is Kamara. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
36.
On second down, here's Breeze. He hits his target, left side, Watson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. The Saints on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Breeze now to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. Got a nice lead. You should be able to protect it. But if you get careless with the football, look out.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Here's Austin. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Throwing again. Prescott on 2nd and 10. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. A Dallas first down. Prescott hooking up with Beasley. On 1st and 10, Prescott completes it right side to Cooper. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk...
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. Now this time he'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. On 2nd down, Ingram. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Back now in Arlington. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run it with Kamara. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Breeze to throw on 2nd down. And his throw here is incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
The Saints on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run it in. It's Kamara. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. On 4th down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
On the return, it's Jordan Lewis. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
4 down, 4 down. Check. 4 down.
On 2nd down, Prescott again. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup, 71 yards. And the Cowboys get a bit closer.
Let's go. Let's finish now.
To the air again, Prescott. Incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step 1. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. Following the interception, here's Prescott. Letting one foot. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. If you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who are getting 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently since 2000.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Josh Hill, 37 yards. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Lutz with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Lutz now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here's Prescott. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Cooper again the target, and that takes us from second to third down.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Desperation time. Prescott on fourth. And this is incomplete. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape. On first down, Breeze. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Bridgewater. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it now. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Alex Anzalone leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Third and short yardage. Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. 15 yards through the air and a first down. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. First down, Prescott. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held him in check on the scoreboard. Steps away to his left. He's going to let it fly. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Prescott. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Alex Okafor coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Now a he's got him in. And complete. The 20, 10, touchdown, Cowboys. Cole Beasley, 71 yards. And the Cowboys cut into that lead.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to 18. Oh, the Cowboys recovered it. Yes, Cowboy football. So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are two very tough things to do.
Takes a lot of fortitude to put yourself in that position, but you have to do it in order to help your team win.
Unable to recover it, it costs them. The kicking team gets the football here. Good starting position for the Cowboys here as they come up 1st and 10. Now Prescott. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
A second down throw for Prescott. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. Point after, up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. Cowboys recovered it. Yes, Cowboy football. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They're in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now Prescott. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
And that's caught by Beasley. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Prescott looks to throw on first. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Eli Apple. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
To throw is Breeze. He's going to float this one, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he'll actually lose about 7 yards on the return, but they have possession of the football on the turnover. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Big D.
Y'all know his name? Hey, yo, Mac, ladies and gentlemen, C5. Oh! Wayne time. Oh! Yeah. Woo! Zone. Let me see your shoulders work. I mean, I don't know what y'all came here to do, but, if you ain't got a lighter, what for?
What the though? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go. Wow, get the though. I don't bluff, bro. At your head, like a buffalo. You a roughneck, I'm a cutthroat. You a tough guy, that's enough jokes. Then the sun died, the night is young though. The diamonds still shine, in the rough. What the though? Where the love go? 5, 4, 3, 2, where the ones go? It's a show, put you front row. Talking bro, let your tongue show. Money over and above, that is still my favorite love quote. Put the aside, what the for? I sleep with the and she don't snow. What the yo? Where the love go? Trade the ski mask for the it's a bath. Where the suns go? It's a Swiss beat. There the drums go. If she's iffy.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the Los Angeles Rams. The kicker for the Saints, Will Lutz, has it teed up, and here we go from New Orleans. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. In on the tackle, Alex Okafor.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. Now they'll pitch it back to Gurley. And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32. Just a 1 yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Okay, look at this. The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive.
12, 12.
They're going to go for it. It's gone. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Alex Okafor in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
11.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Saints have taken the early lead. And this one through the uprights and good. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Now, the Los Angeles Rams, they continue to be a great story this season. A solid team. That wonderful start, although they did lose Week 9, obviously, to New Orleans. So the 72 Dolphins celebrated again.
Yeah, they got a chance to hug it out and still be the last team to go undefeated in modern football. 17-0 that team was, but let's face it, no one shedding any tears for the Rams after that loss to New Orleans. They still have weapons galore on offense, a stout defensive front led by Aaron Donald, leading their division. They're aiming for the playoffs, and as all their moves in the offseason and during the season picking up Dante Fowler Jr. to rush the passer, they're shooting for the Super Bowl.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. They go play action with Gurley. Now gone. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Alex Okafor in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a 2nd time. They are going for it. Gone. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Goff on 1st down. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Back live now to begin the 2nd quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st down, it's gone. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again is gone. Dumps it off to Gurley. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. To the air again. Goff. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Zerline connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, twisting away. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
Got some room at the 30. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 83 yards. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. Well called, well blocked, and he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Lutz now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2 minutes remain here in the 1st half. We're back to New Orleans after this. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Out of throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let this one go deep right side. Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield. I think it's intercepted.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Mark Barron coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. From the gun, it's Breeze. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. And here's Lewis. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start the drive in Washington. And he stopped immediately there. Michael Brocker's in on the stop. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Breeze now on 1st down. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Breeze to throw on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Carr. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
There's Breeze. Over the middle to Smith. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. Now Breeze again. And he's got him. Touchdown, Saints. Traquan Smith as the 1st half is winding down. And the Saints have moved out in front. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. Lutz now to kick this one away. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this 1st half. final shot before half for Breeze. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Sam Shields. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now this time, Breeze will throw. His throw incomplete. Nickel Roby-Coleman there defensively.
That's a really fine play there because anytime you see a comeback route, that means you cannot just stay in one spot and make a play on the ball. You've got to move your feet and move with the receiver, and that's exactly what he did.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. The play fake to Ingram. Now it's Breeze. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
Putting pressure on the guy throwing the football is always good, but when you can couple that with contact on him that leads to an incompletion as we just saw there, that's winning football.
The punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded just inside the 20. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 27. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Over the middle, open is Thomas. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Breeze hands to Ingram. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Hey, easy. Let him.
They go play action here on 1st down. This will be caught at about the 6. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Benjamin Watson from 8 yards out. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Here's Breeze to throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Second and 10, Goff again. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion.
And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Cameron Jordan able to drop him for a loss of 12. And it'll be 4th down. Goff and his guys not coming off the field. They're going for this. They're going to go for it. It's Goff. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Alex Okafor getting him once again. His 3rd sack of the afternoon. The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal.
Got it.
Breeze gives it up to Ingram. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead because now...
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. 4 touchdown passes now for Drew Brees. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Lutz now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And the Rams getting set to go now. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. He got 29 yards that time. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Flushed out right. And this is caught at the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Here's Goff. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Flush to his right. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Goff. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. In for the score. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now Hill looking to throw on 1st. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. After the interception, here's Goff. Looking deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. And he's got room to run inside the 40. And he'll cut it to the right sideline. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
21.
Breeze now to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Akeem Talib. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy, because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. He has a 1st down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Back to throw. Gone. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Hey,
first down throw. Gone. Escaping the pressure right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And it's second down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, Goff. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Demario Davis in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. And that's caught inside the 30. Goff finding Cooks on a big play. 44 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high fly.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Demario Davis in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Gone. Eluding the pressure right. And his pass incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
DC.
3rd and long. It's gone. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Try and get it all back with one big shot right there, but even if successful, that doesn't get them all the way back to where they need to be. Can't totally abandon throwing the ball underneath as well.
Desperation time for Goff on 4th. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. P.J. Williams with a pick, and he is all the way up past the 25.
Obviously.
Bye-bye. You're going to win the NFC Championship game.
Money back. Money back. Money back. Look at the money back. Money back. God, I do the Maybach on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just what I say. I say, babe, it's he said it's a them pretty. You look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, money back, money back. Money back, money back, money back, woo! Money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. He said you look like this. He makes sure he put Cardi down on his list. Now why this? When I look at my snaps, I take a man and I won't give him back. I just walk into the booth and attack. I hit this guy in the roof will collapse. I've been broke my whole life. I have no clue what to do with these racks. They be late, waist snatch. That straight facts. Got lips like Angelina, belly truck tangerine. Jumping on my, that's why they call it trampoline. Babe, like a Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just what I say. I say, babe, it's a, he said it's a, them pretty, you look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. The kicker for the Saints, Will Lutz, has it teed up, and here we go from New Orleans. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. First carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Demario Davis leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Let's go. Leave it. Bring up 48.
From the gun, here's Cousins. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Here we go. One.
To the air again, it's Cousins. And he's able to find Diggs. A Vikings first down. Diggs able to find his way free and get the catch from Cousins. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Alex Anzalone coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Wide open receiver complete. And he gets it down to the 32. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Cousins to throw it. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Mike Zimmer got to be unhappy with how that turned out. And this crowd into it early. Their guys stand tall on the opening drive of the football game. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Saints football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. First throw now for the backup Breeze. Flushed out right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
He's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Got it. 21.
Now Breeze. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Benjamin Watson. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Lutz now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Charles, as Minnesota takes the field here, let me get your thoughts on what you think of them coming down the stretch. The 1-3 start. We talked about their start last year, too. But is this a team that is being overlooked by others in the NFL right now?
I don't think so. I think that the teams that they're playing know how capable the Vikings are, and they realize that not only is the defense starting to get back to what they were last season, but that Kirk Cousins getting more and more comfortable with the weapons he has at his disposal. I think maybe we in the media on the outside are overlooking them a little bit because they've taken some losses to some significant teams so far this season. But I think down the stretch, you mentioned their start last year. They were 2-2 to start last year. 1-3 this year. They know how to put together a string, and this team could be dangerous come December.
Yeah, and they've looked a lot better since that 1-3 start. 3rd and short yardage, Cousins. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
On 4th down, they do snap it to Cousins. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. 1st down. Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Cousins now on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. The Vikings on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Cousins. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Cousins now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Alex Okafor in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Cousins. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Open man is Thielen. Is complete. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Back to the ground, Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Second down, Cousins. Incomplete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So 1st and 2nd down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Cousins now. That's going to be caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Aldrick Robinson, as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. Bailey got the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. final shot before half for Breeze. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece. 7-7 our score. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
They go play action for Ingram. Now Breeze. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Shotgun now for Breeze. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute.
And how about this, a fake? Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Cousins now 12 of 15 throwing the ball, 80% so far, and it's 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? On first down, Murray down right around the 25. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Hey, Oscar!
Now a second down throw for Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats. Throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
no yardage.
Okay.
On third down, Cousins over the middle here to Rudolph. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And we will remain tied here in this third quarter. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. To throw, it's Breeze. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On first, here's Washington. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now here live in New Orleans. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. On second down, here's Breeze. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Breeze now 5 of 6, very accurate since taking over, and he's got his guys a first down. 21. Breeze now. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now second down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. The play fake to Ingram. Now it's Breeze. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Benjamin Watson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Lutz now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone.
The conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one goes for 24 yards.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
They'll look to throw. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Cousins to his tight end Rudolph for a Viking first down.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
They run the counter with Cook. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That good for 19 and a first down. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
They run again on first down. Cook, and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Demario Davis there on the stop.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
Back to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Back to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Bree's going to throw here. He's going to float this one deep right. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's the safety, Kirk Coleman. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Hill now after the interception. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams...
Somebody call for the queen.
I never anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rats in the morning, I had me up by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a sis by the morning, I got on a meat, no pneumonia, the rats keep me up on the podium, I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture me, you got the picture me, Pacific ice on my ocean, ready for war like I'm Russia, ladies should never look luggage, my diamonds they tussling, my neck and my belly, they calling for me and they, you want me like me and I look, yeah, her Rex on her, yeah, big Rex better calm down, yeah, if you go around, come around, yeah, whole squad, yeah, squad goes on the, yeah, make some orange gel on my toes, yeah, terracotta glass for the chosen, yeah, you can go and get mad, jumping in the bed with 2 dark teeth, and who's you, my shawty pulling up with a real bad, you too, dripping my swag, something to do with that. I got the streets on my back, carry it like I'm moving the. I told him the hunter, like he trying to move it up. It was like 11 in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rats in the morning, I had me up by the morning, I had me some breaks by the morning, I had a sis by the morning, I got on a meat, no pneumonia, the rats keep me up on the podium, I had a in my shoulder, you got a picture.
You gotta picture me. Send me calling. Ready for war like Korea. Headlining shows out in Poland. You should be cleaning my mansion. My peasants disgusting. Why don't you act like a Hoffman?
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with the New Orleans Saints. Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down.
What's that on that beat? Addicted to balling, I have to get my cash. The money is calling. Got bands, got bands, got bands. I'm addicted to balling. I'm addicted to balling. I have to get my ends. I pull up in my bands, flexing, counting my bands. Started getting money. I see how it feels to be rich. I live by the beach now, that's how I should live. Since I was a toddler, I knew that I would become this. I cannot move slow, that's a big no. Gotta chase this money, bankroll after big bankroll. I must get this money, I must get this money, I I must get this money, get this money, get this money. I addicted to balling. I have to get my cash. The money is calling. Got bands, got bands, got bands. I'm addicted to balling.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the New Orleans Saints. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Here we go. Under. Got it.
They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And an alley to run. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. They'll go option. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And the Cowboys have recovered.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it, because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. To throw is Prescott. And incomplete to open things up.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Here's Prescott. Dancing to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Alex Okafor in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott. And he's going to go down again. Alex Okafor in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And, partner, I'm not really sure what in the world they were thinking on 4th and long there at this stage in the game, but do you think social media may be firing up a little bit right now?
Oh, the coach is trending right now. Right? There's no doubt about it. People are wondering what that decision was. But it takes me back to a number of years ago. A very successful coach in the league had told himself before a playoff game he was going to be aggressive. No matter what, he's going to be aggressive. And it ran his team into some real problems early, and they got upset in that playoff game. Let's see if this team can recover.
Well, that's aggressive in capital letters with glitter, 7 underscore. I mean, that's the definition of aggressive.
Yeah, you can almost hear the cheerleaders doing the be aggressive chant behind him, and he listened to it.
And he's going to take this down to about the 17. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Breeze looking to throw on 3rd and 2. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They come up in an offset eye. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
He'll get it up the middle. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Anthony Brown. Through an opening, and there he goes. He's at the 30. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now this time, Breeze will throw. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, New Orleans. Cameron Meredith, 58 yards. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
And he went all the way into the end zone. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And last time we saw them go for it in kind of an unusual situation. It's not like it's a fourth quarter do or die. They went for it, didn't get it. We'll see how that affects them this go around.
Partner, I'm wondering if we're starting to see the effects of analytics coming into play here, where people are studying the number of possessions, how many times you should go for it, what position it leaves your team in. Maybe we're starting to see a little bit of that creeping into the NFL game.
Yeah, I think we've seen it in other sports, maybe into the NFL now as well. Prescott to throw it, being chased out left. Got an open man, it's Michael Gallup. The 40, past the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Michael Gallup, 72 yards. And the Cowboys Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get it that time to Ted Ginn. And it's third down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now fourth down. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Now Austin. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. Throwing, Prescott. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down. Well, that last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on third. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He's going to air one out. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. So a minute 55 to go in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And this is caught. Amari Cooper. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. Again to Elliott. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. Von Bell up to make the tackle.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it in every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. Now Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on third down. I mean, you just need a yard or two to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Rolling to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. On third and long, it's Breeze. Flush to his right. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on first down is Breeze. Over the middle to Smith. And he's got this down to the 35. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Again, it's Breeze. And this is caught inside the 5. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll bring up 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're going to try and throw. They'll buy some time right. Cooper's got it. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Every play is supposed to get a player's best effort. But on 4th down, that really increases the stakes, doesn't it? What about that catch?
Heck of an effort picking.
And now that team has to be motivated going forward. They just saw a great effort there. They want to make sure it pays off.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Got it.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And Gibbs got it. A big play for the Saints on 3rd down. 52 yards.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
On 2nd down, here's Breeze. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
I remember growing up playing basketball. My coaches always talked about communicating on defense, making sure you talk on defense, know where your screens are, know where the cuts are coming from, who has who. Well, guess what? It's the same thing in football. Even though there's more noise out there, you can hear all the screams of screen, screen. This defense, the bench, everyone let them know what the play was, and that's why they were able to react and knock the ball away.
That's complete to Meredith. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield, but when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Got it. 11. 13.
Breeze now. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Traquan Smith, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now 17-14. Lutz now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now a play fake here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Demario Davis in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Play action now, Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Prescott now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. The give is to Elliott. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Credit the tackle to Kurt Coleman.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
On second down, Elliott. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. He's back to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And this is caught. It's Cooper. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And now all of a sudden, the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Now Elliott. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow, wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. One possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. Breeze now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left. He has had a great game defensively. He's been east-west, north-south, everywhere.
Yeah, and I love how you described that, because to be a great defender, you have to be able to move up and back, sideline to sideline, and he's been fantastic. Reminds me of a young Charles Davis when he was playing Madden.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. I thought you were going to go on the field, but okay, I see you. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
He'll look to throw. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 24. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last.